This is an iHeart podcast.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here, wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
You know what your customers are doing right this second? The exact same thing you are, listening to me. Which, let's be honest, is kind of flattering. But my point is, ads on iHeartRadio actually get heard. In the car, at the gym, on the couch, while people are walking their dogs. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. That's right. You're a good boy. So why not make the next ad about you? Get started today. Call 844-844-iHeart or go to iHeartAdvertising.com. That's 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey there, Dr. Jesse Mills here. I'm the director of the men's clinic at UCLA, and I want to tell you about my new podcast called The Mailroom.
And I'm Jordan, the show's producer. And like most guys, I haven't been to the doctor in way too long. I'll be asking the questions we probably should be asking, but aren't.
Every week, we're breaking down the world of men's health, from testosterone and fitness to diets and fertility. We'll talk science without the jargon and get you real answers to the stuff you actually wonder about. So check out The Mailroom on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows.
On an all-new episode of iHeartRadio's Las Culturistas, Emmy, Golden Globe, and Tony Award winner Sarah Paulson spills on red carpet hacks.
We saw these pictures and we were like, what is the story with this?
She gets real about the inspiration behind her roles.
Oh, no, there is no end to how people will behave.
And she puts hosts Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang on notice.
I don't think so, honey. I feel very, very triggered by this.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Las Culturistas, and listen to the full podcast now.
Standing Comedy Ensemble. Big Canvas Comedy. Dad Jokes. Laugh With Me. Your Mom's Comedy Show. The Weisenheimers. King Louie. Pandemic at the Disco.
Welcome back. It's a brand new episode. This is Laugh With Me, a podcast with Jeremy Odem. I'm your host! J-O. Oh, it's good to be back, and we got a new audience joining us here this week. We finally did it, Johnny. I'd like to welcome all of the listeners on the iHeartRadio app, which, by the way, for those of you listening on other platforms, you can download the iHeartRadio app for free. And you can listen to this show and a lot of your favorite podcasts as well, including some of your favorite iHeartRadio stations. There's just so many cool things going on over at the iHeartRadio app. This is not an ad. I'm just, Johnny, this is not an ad. I just want to throw that out there. We are just so excited to have joined iHeartMedia, and this is the debut episode. So very excited, very humbled, and ready to go. We also, Johnny, this is big news. Here, we broadcast, we're at Omaha, okay? We live here in Omaha, Nebraska. We were just nominated this week for an award for 2025, okay? For Outstanding Comedy Ensemble at the Omaha Entertainment and Arts Awards. That deserves a round of applause, Johnny. That one deserves it. Comedy ensemble. That is incredible. So, I mean, they're obviously talking about you, Johnny Palermo over there, our trusty producer as part of the crew here. You do tend to add, you add to the show a little bit, I suppose. That was not even a joke. I meant it. That was heartfelt. I know normally you hear the negatives from me. That was a very heartfelt message from your boy, Johnny. So thank you for everything you do. I just want to shout out some of the other folks that you hear quite a bit on Laugh With Me that contribute quite a bit, that come on the show quite a bit, and definitely considered nominees within this this category here as part of our ensemble. I just want to throw out a thank you and a congratulations to Lavetti Vegas, who was the 2024 Guest of the Year and is a frequent guest on the pod and has been a good friend of ours. And then Eric Larson, the big giant in the transportation industry, has also been a giant contributor to Laugh With Me, especially this year. He's actually a nominee himself for Guest of the Year for 2025. So big year for Mr. Larson. But thank you, Eric, for everything you've done for Laugh With Me, or continue to do for Laugh With Me. And congrats on your nomination there. Kyle Odem, my brother, he's been on the pod many times. In fact, I think he was one of the first guests. I don't think he was the first guest. Or was he the first guest? I don't know. We'll have to look that up. Feels like a long time ago. But Kyle, congratulations on your nomination as well. Finally, Grant Pearson, our movie guy. This guy, I'm going to tell you right now, he doesn't just watch movies, okay? You know, we all watch movies. He doesn't just watch movies, okay? He is movies. He is Hollywood. Okay, people should be moving to Iowa, where he lives, to pick his brain and find out how they can make the next big film. And I'm not even being sarcastic here. Okay, I'm not being facetious. People in Hollywood, if you're a writer, hey, even easier. You don't even have to fly if you live in the Midwest. Look him up. Get to Grant. And he knows more about movies than anybody else I know. Grant Pearson, he comes on every single year. We talk about the Academy Awards. We talk about the best films of the year. And, of course, he's seen them all. Also, we talk about the worst movies of the year because he's seen them all. So, Grant's going to be back on the pod here very soon. And congratulations to Grant on your OEAA award nomination. So, very excited. We will be attending the awards. I just don't know how you get nominated for such a prestigious award and then you don't go. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we do need to go. February 15th, so in 2026, the 20th annual award show. It's going to be a big one. I'm excited. I should also shout out our fellow nominees. We didn't win, yet. To our fellow nominees and Outstanding Comedy Ensemble, Big Canvas Comedy. Shout out Ben Webb there. Dad Jokes. Your Mom's Comedy Show. That wasn't a joke. That's their name. That's the name. Weisenheimers. Weisenheimer. I tell you what, these guys, they've been around the block. Because I remember the Weisenheimers when I was in college, maybe in high school. And no joke, it's been a long time since I've been in college. King Louie, and then finally Pandemic at the Disco. So we are in good company here for Outstanding Comedy Ensemble. We're just humbled to even be included. So thank you to everybody there, everybody who nominated us, and then the selection committee there. And we're going to make a run at this thing. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, we're not just excited to be nominated, because we are. But we're not just excited. We're going to make a run at this thing. So, Johnny, make some notes. We're We got some work to do here. We got to get ready. We got to make a run at it. And then next year, who knows? Maybe we make a run at Outstanding Comedian. Who knows? That might mean I have to get back on stage. Actually, that 100% would mean I have to get back on stage. I mean, the list of people, of the comedians that are up for Outstanding Comedian at this thing. Ugh, murderer's row. I wouldn't want to be on that list this year. I would just know I'm out. I would just know. I mean, just killers. Yeah, maybe next year. We'll take our Comedy Ensemble Award, though. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be awesome. Well, congratulations. Well, we are here on iHeart Podcast. Again, download that app, man. Download that app. It's free. And you can hear my scratchy voice on it. I think I'm coming down with like a cold or something. And with the holiday coming up, Thanksgiving and everything, and it kind of makes sense because I don't know if it's just with the weather change or the stress of the time of year or what, but man, my voice was going through, especially right before I was going to record. It was like, I don't know if I can get through this without coughing, like having big coughing fits. Johnny almost had to take over for me. Then people know what you sound like, Johnny. That wouldn't be too bad of a deal. Well, we were supposed to have a fella by the name of Joe Exotic on this episode. We have been playing quite the phone tag. Let's just say that. Here's my last correspondence with Mr. Tiger King, okay?
Jeremy, it's Joe. Sorry I'm late. Couldn't get to a phone. Shoot me a message, or I will. Let's just plan on doing this tomorrow night if you can. All right?
Joe Exotic. I mean, you could match it up. That is the Tiger King from Netflix, from prison, leaving me a voicemail. Now, two things on this. One, we've been doing some phone tag a little bit. Yeah, obviously I can't call him, right? But he calls me. He's called me a number of times. We've either it's called at the wrong times, or we've had some back and forth, and it's not a big deal. We've rescheduled every time, and we're going to reschedule this. We're going to get the Tiger King on. He's got a lot going on right now. In fact, he just added a new attorney to his legal team that could be a big deal for him in his efforts to get the full pardon from the president. I'm excited to talk to him about it and just kind of see where he thinks this goes and maybe how quickly this thing can go. But no, what I really want to point out is when you call from prison, I've got to accept the call, right? I've got to accept the call. And there's a whole recording and, I'm Joe, all that. I don't know if you noticed, but on that voicemail, unedited, there was none of that. And the phone number it came from came up unknown. So Joe's got something going on up there. It might just give me a little insight into why we've been playing phone tag and things have been kind of off with him as far as like his attendance and his timeliness. Because he's got something. And I'm speculating at this point, but I think he has a cell phone. And I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to have a cell phone in there, Joe. But he's got one, and it looks like we're going to just have to reschedule. That's okay. When Joe Exotic says he can't make it, we'll reschedule, we will reschedule. Yes, we will. So that is where we're at with the Tiger King. Yeah. I'm excited to talk to him again. We had him on the pod in July. It was a great episode. A lot of fun hearing from this guy, getting his insight into everything. I had no idea the fella hadn't even seen the Tiger King up until recently. But he's working very hard at getting this pardon, as one should. But yeah. So that's where we're at with Joe Exotic. Johnny, we've got the awards. We're just raking awards here lately. The OEAA nomination. We had already won Podcast of the Year a few months ago. That was exciting. Trying to remember who gave us that award. John, did you any recollection of this? Like, I thought that I would. It's when you win something, don't you? Like, it doesn't happen every day. You know, I guess if you're like an actor and it's this time of year and you're up for some big awards, then yeah, it's award season for you, and you're going to be getting things handed to you left and right. But for, a little guy like us, Johnny and I don't get many awards, but we did receive one back in August. Best Comedy Podcast Award by Insider Weekly. Now we're up for the OEAA. Best part of the day, baby.
Laugh with me, laugh it loud. Life's a circus, join the crowd. From movies to music to touchdowns we missed. It's all in the spin, it's all in the twist.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they were 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. And that reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for your business. Radio's here now more than ever, and iHeart's leading the way. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio, where the reach is real. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, just call 844-844-iHeart and get radio working for you.
On the podcast Health Stuff, we are tackling all the health questions that keep you up at night.
Yes, I'm Dr. Priyanka Wali, a double board certified physician.
And I'm Hari Kondabolu, a comedian and someone who once Googled, "Do I have scurvy?" at 3 a.m.
On Health Stuff, we're talking about health in a different way.
It's not only about what we can do to improve our health,
but also what our health says about us and the way we're living.
Like our episode where we look at diabetes.
In the United States, 50% of Americans are pre-diabetic.
How preventable is type 2?
Extremely. Or our in-depth analysis of how incredible mangoes are.
Oh, it's hard to explain to the rest of the world that your mangoes are fine because mangoes are incredible, but you don't even know.
You don't know. You don't know. It's going to be a fun ride, so tune in.
Listen to Health Stuff on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
What do you get when you mix 1950s Hollywood, a Cuban musician with a dream, and one of the most iconic sitcoms of all time? You get Desi Arnaz, a trailblazer, a businessman, a husband, and maybe most importantly, the first Latino to break primetime wide open. I'm Wilmer Valderrama, and yes, I grew up watching him, probably just like you and millions of others. But for me, I saw myself in his story.
From cleaning canary cages to this night here in New York, it's a long ways.
On the podcast starring Desi Arnaz and Wilmer Valderrama, I'll take you on a journey to Desi's life, the moments it has overlapped with mine, how he redefined American television, and what that meant for all of us watching from the sidelines, waiting for a face like ours on screen. This is the story of how one man's spotlight lit the path for so many others, and how we carry his legacy today. Listen to Starring Desi Arnaz and Wilmer Valderrama as part of the My Cultura Podcast Network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey there, Dr. Jesse Mills here. I'm the director of the men's clinic at UCLA Health, and I want to tell you about my new podcast called The Mailroom.
And I'm Jordan, the show's producer. And like a lot of guys, I haven't been to the doctor in many years. I'll be asking the questions we probably should be asking, but aren't.
Because guys usually don't go to the doctor unless a piece of their face is hanging off or they've broken a bone.
Depends which bone.
Well, that's true. Every week, we're breaking down the unique world of men's health, from testosterone and fitness to diets and fertility, and things that happen in the bedroom.
You mean sleep?
Yeah, something like that, Jordan. We'll talk science without the jargon and get you real answers to the stuff you actually wonder about.
It's going to be fun, whether you're 27, 97, or somewhere in between.
Men's Health is about more than six-packs and supplements. It's about energy, confidence, and connection. We don't just want you to live longer, we want you to live better. So check out the mailroom on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows.
What up, y'all? It's your boy, Kev on Stage. I want to tell you about my new podcast called Not My Best Moment, where I talk to artists, athletes, entertainers, creators, friends, people I admire who've had massive success about their massive failures. What did they mess up on? What is their heartbreak? And what did they learn from it?
I got judged horribly. The judges were like, you're trash. I don't know how you got on the show. Boo. Somebody had tomatoes. No, I'm kidding. But if they had tomatoes, they would have thrown the tomatoes.
Let's be honest. We've all had those moments we'd rather forget. We bumped our head. We made a mistake. The deal fell through. We're embarrassed. We failed. But this podcast is about that and how we made it through.
So when they sat me down, they were kind of like, we got into the small talk and they were just like, so what do you got? What ideas? And I was like, oh no. What?
Check out Not My Best Moment with me, Kev on Stage, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, this morning, I tell you what, I was leaving work, and I just wanted a breakfast sandwich, so I'm on my way to the BK, and I felt a tire pop, which not everybody goes through that sensation of you're driving and then you can tell when the air is let out. So I pull over, and I lucked out because it was one of those situations where I didn't have to pull over on the side of the road. I could turn directly into this neighborhood, and then the very first street as I turned into the neighborhood was a circle, which was perfect. So then I park at the circle. I'm like, I'm gonna change this tire. Like, what a day. Like, I'm gonna do some man shit. I'm gonna change this tire. I don't change tires very often. In fact, I couldn't even tell you the last time I changed a tire. So I pull, and I had never in this car. This is the first time I would have attempted that in this vehicle. But I tell you what, this one's on me because these tires, the threads, like, they're bald. Like, you've got your tires and you're supposed to put like a penny or a dime or a quarter or something in it to see like the thread. I don't know, the treads on them. My tires were bald. And you could start to see the like webbing of it under the rubber, like in the rubber. So this was bound to happen. So, and this tire, it's been like 3-4 years. It like loses air constantly. So I'm always airing it up, especially in the winter, and it's starting to get cold out. So I've been airing up this tire quite frequently. And it finally gave. So busted out the old jack and got the spare out and ready to roll them in the circle. Man, I got that car jacked up. I start to try to loosen the lug nuts. Man, those babies were on there tight. I couldn't. Here I was actually like sort of excited to like change the tire. I'm like, I'm going to freaking do this. And then I couldn't get the damn lug nuts off. They're so tight. And then I was feeling like weak. And I'm like, God, I'll just stick to what I'm good at. I'm just going to go home, eat my breakfast sandwich, not change the tire, and podcast. Like, that's... I got to stop thinking I am something I'm not. I'm not going to be doing all this physical labor, I guess. So I called AAA. I had AAA, okay? So it's not like it wasn't prepared. I called AAA. Shout out my dad. I've had AAA through him for a long time. And they were there, honestly, with under 30 minutes. It was incredible. It was the most amazing AAA experience I've ever had. Shout out AAA. And those guys the first guy, he started to work on the bolt. He couldn't do it either. He thinks that they were impact tight or something. I don't know what that means. But he goes, this is not good. Like, I can't get these off. So they had to get this drill, and they ended up getting the tire off. But point of the story is, it wasn't me. Okay? It wasn't my fault that I couldn't get that tire off because there was something impact tightened or whatever that means. Either way, it wasn't my fault. So I'm not weak. So I can go back to thinking that, I could change the tire. This really didn't kill my vibe as much as I thought it was going to. Oh, man. Yeah, I seriously thought that was going to be like the highlight of the day. I'm going to change this tire. It's going to be awesome. And then I'm going to go home and eat my breakfast sandwich. Maybe take a little nap, sharing the wins. And, no go. Instead, I had to call in reinforcements, have them do it. Do you tip those? Do you tip them? Wait, AAA, I mean, they get paid. I filled out the survey, 5 stars. I gave them all the highest ratings. They were super fast, super efficient, super professional. I feel like you tip them. I tipped them. I had 20 on me in 5s. I normally would have like a $20 bill, but for whatever reason, I just had a few 5s. And it always makes me nervous when you tip, $20 using 5s, because then it's just a 5 on the outside, right? It's folded. You get the 5. Do they think you're just handing them $5? Like, what? Do they even appreciate it at that point? Eventually they'll open it up, be like, oh, okay, there's 4 5s here. $20. Nice. But that initial... That's why I like to have a 20 on me, because that initial, like, oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks, J.O. I was always worried if I hand over the 5s, and then it's not appreciate it, and then they think poorly of me. I don't know. Something to think about. This is why you should always have cash on you. A lot of people going cashless these days. Even the Treasury's going penniless. I feel like you should always have cash on you. And the big bills. Keep the big bills on you for this exact situation here. You can always break it, right? You can always go somewhere and have it broke, but something to think about. What is this? What is this podcast? Joe Exotic, where are you? I miss you. Call me. Oh, man. We'll get Joe back on the pod, okay? Soon enough. Until then, we've got a lot coming up, actually. We've got guest of the 2025 Guest of the Year announcement. We're gonna name a winner. The trophy just arrived. The golden microphone. Somebody's going home with a Laffy here very, very soon. We've got Thanksgiving coming up. We've got a fun episode coming up next week in regards to that. You'll have to wait. I'm going to tease it. I'm going to give you everything. And it's not going to be Joe Exotic. I wish it was. I just want to... Should we listen? Let's listen to the voicemail again. Just...
Jeremy, it's Joe. Sorry I'm late. Couldn't get to a phone. Shoot me a message, or I will... Let's just plan on doing this tomorrow night if you can. All right?
Okay, Joe. I'll be waiting.
What a matchup we got, y'all. This is that classic HBCU vibe. Non-stop action, the band is rocking, and the crowd lit. Chants echoing, drum beating, everybody showing that school pride. Game like this? Yeah, it calls for an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer right there. Yeah, that taste always hits the right note. just like the band at halftime. And just like that, we're back at it. Passionate fans, school colors everywhere, and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. That's a winning combo. No matter the sport, no matter the yard, everybody knows. Fan work is thirsty work. So grab a Coca-Cola and keep that HBCU pride going.
This episode is brought to you by PBS, home of Ken Burns. His newest film, The American Revolution, reveals untold stories of people, some familiar, many forgotten, who risked everything to change the course of history. It's the story of a war that was bloody, complex, and profoundly consequential. Ken Burns and his co-directors, Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, shine a light on how this historic fight for independence lit the spark for freedom that still burns today. Stream The American Revolution on the PBS app. Don't miss it.
'Tis the season for identity theft. This time of year, most of us are checking off our holiday gift lists. But guess what? Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on them. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second and alerts you to threats you could miss by yourself, even if you keep an eye on your bank and credit card statements. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. And all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package. The last thing you want to do this holiday season is face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or other financial losses from identity theft all alone. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock and use promo code iHeart. Or go to LifeLock.com/iHeart for 40% off. Terms apply.
Wishing the holidays could come early? If you own or manage your business, they can. With help from iHeartRadio. People are already shopping for their loved ones and hunting for deals wherever they can find them, including right here. They're listening to the radio. They're listening to podcasts. They could be listening to you. Don't wait for everyone else to kick off the holidays. Get your best season of the year up and running today. Call 844-844-iHeart or visit iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey there, Dr. Jesse Mills here. I'm the director of the men's clinic at UCLA, and I want to tell you about my new podcast called The Mailroom.
And I'm Jordan, the show's producer. And like most guys, I haven't been to the doctor in way too long. I'll be asking the questions we probably should be asking, but aren't.
Every week, we're breaking down the world of men's health, from testosterone and fitness to diets and fertility. We'll talk science without the jargon and get you real answers to the stuff you actually wonder about. So check out The Mailroom on the iHeart Radio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows.
This is an iHeart podcast.